about a fat person!
The comedians at clubs like the Second City in Chicago have always known that laughter is the best medicine.
I guess you can't have enough, you know, comedy in your life. I mean, there's so many serious things going on, so it's kind of fun to just put that all on a shelf sometimes and just laugh.
Now, I don't appreciate the kind of humor.
When the set or the show goes really well, yeah, you definitely feel better. It's like, wow, okay, this isn't like a selfish thing, me being up here. This is like almost providing a service or something like that.
But laughter isn't the only pleasure that has the power to heal. Even music can be medicine.
We've been able to show and conclude that music is really beneficial. Beneficial in that music can actually reduce detrimental stress hormones. And in the process of reducing detrimental stress hormones, increase the ability of specific immune components, such as natural killer cells, to actually increase their ability to be more effective in the healing process in cases like Susan here.
Susan Pierce Devon enlisted her favorite opera in the fight against her malignant melanoma, an extremely aggressive form of skin cancer. Her rapidly dividing cancer cells had created a number of secondary tumors in other areas of her body.
Initially, untreated melanoma at the level I had was anywhere from 3 to 5 years life expectancy.
Cancer is extremely difficult to fight because it begins in our body's own cells. Susan was placed on a vaccine program which harnesses her immune system in the battle. Diseased cells were removed from her body and tagged with a protein. The tagging taught her immune cells to recognize the cancer and destroy it.
I try to kind of bathe my life in listening to mellow, cool, calm things, and it kind of keeps me at least as calm as I am.
The pleasure of music allowed Susan's newly engineered immune system to go to work. Just 40 minutes a day reduced her cortisol levels by up to 20%.
I'm in remission, so everything looks really good.
Music helped Susan win in her personal battle against cancer. But the power of pleasure could make us all winners in the greater game of life.
Good one.
At the end of every chromosome, in every cell in the human body, there is a short length of DNA called the telomere. Some believe this is our biological body clock. We lose one link in the telomere chain every time a cell divides. When the telomere is all gone, the cell dies, contributing to the aging process.
Stress hormones are known to be degrading to the telomeres. So the more that we can reduce stress hormones in our body, such as cortisol, the more we slow that process of degrading the telomeres down.
Pleasure won't let us extend the life of cells, but it could help them live out their full genetic potential.
I think I would postulate that we probably would be able to extend our lifespan by virtue of enjoying more positive pleasures.
Without stress, we could live up to 120 years.
Why not? If I win $1 million, I'd share. No big deal. I treat everybody.
Protecting our DNA is only one aspect of living longer. Preventing disease is the new frontier for modern medicine, and researchers in England believe pleasure has a significant role to play.
Scientific research shows very clearly that pleasure is important for health, both as an antidote to stressors, but also to inoculate you against future stressors, so that there is evidence now building up showing that pleasure can protect into the future, even 2 or 3 days into the future, against the effect of stressors, and you're less likely to get illness.
Professor David Warburton believes that pleasure can act like a vaccination, boosting and enhancing our immune cells to prepare them for the battle against disease.
Thank you.
He is now trying to inject some hard science into that theory and has formed the only research network dedicated to the study of pleasure.
Okay.
He calls it the Associates for Research into the Science of Enjoyment, or ARISE.
We started at ARISE because we had found that it was extremely difficult to find any research on pleasure, and yet people find pleasure very important in their lives.
ARISE member Dr. Frank Huckelbridge at the University of Westminster is putting the idea of a pleasure vaccine to the test. He's using our sense of smell to do it. The nose is connected directly to our primitive brain, making it an ideal site to study the power of pleasure. Dr. Huckelbridge can show that a pleasurable smell boosts the production of immune cells in the mucosal linings of the body.
Our mucosal linings, the respiratory tract, the guts, the urinogenital tract, are the most important portal for microbial invasion of the body. It's the part of the body our immune system is most engaged in defending.
Test subjects were first asked to smell rancid pork. The immune cell count in their saliva was measured. They were then asked to smell warm chocolate. The pleasure of chocolate almost doubled the count of a key group of immune cells in their saliva. These immunoglobulin A cells remained in the saliva long after the initial smell. The pleasant smell was, in effect, acting like a mild form of vaccination. It's just one of the many findings which Dr. David Warburton believes puts the healthy powers of pleasure beyond doubt.
What is now building up is relaxation and laughter, and those positive effects which we know reduce the stress hormones and act as an antidote to stressors, but then can produce effects in strengthening the immune system and increasing various sorts of markers of the strength of the immune system, and going on from that, showing that there is an actual protective effect against viral infections.
If a little bit of pleasure is good for us, could more be even better?